Mystery guest, after which she'll be required to conduct an interesting, stimulating, and if it calls for it, humorous 3-minute interview without any prior knowledge of the subject. Good luck, my friend.
Thank you.
You mentioned yesterday how you've always fancied a spot of windsurfing, but wondered whether it was quite the thing for a 6'2" semi-active DJ. Your mystery guest today says, give it a go. She's planed, tacked and jibed across some of the most exotic oceans in the world, but loves nothing more than returning to her home waters on the Isle of Wight. Whether you're 8 or 80, if you have the right instruction, you too can become a hot boarding surf dude. Please welcome Chief Instructor for the Windsurfing and Dinghy Sailing Association at the Royal Yachting, Amanda Van Santen.
Amanda Van Santen. Good morning, Amanda.
Good morning, Chris.
So, you've had me describe to you I'm 6 foot, semi-active DJ. What about yourself, little lady?
Well, I'm also 6 foot.
Oh, you really?
I am, yes. So you can learn to windsurf, Chris. We're the same height.
Now, I heard the best place, probably in the world, to learn to windsurf is Poole Harbour, because one of the worst things about learning to windsurf is you fall off so much, you become so tired, then even if you have learned to stand on the board, you're shaking so much that you can't.
No, that's a complete myth. Poole is a great place. We've got a couple of training centres in Poole Harbour, but there's loads of different places you can learn anywhere. I think we've got in total about 1,500 training centres all over the UK and overseas. There's lots of different places.
1,500?
1,500.
My goodness me, you could get the whole world windsurfing, couldn't you?
We could get the whole world windsurfing, yeah.
See, now, what I like about it, I like the fact that, you've got to have good posture on the board, haven't you?
Yeah, you do, yeah.
You've got to have good posture on the board. Now, your arms are outstretched, which suggests to me that your back's up to something and your tummy muscles are up to something.
Oh,
and that could all help as I get, as I approach the middle-age porch.
It will do, definitely, yeah. It's probably one of the best sports to keep you fit because it gives you an all-body workout, so it's brilliant.
It does, without staring at the timer, counting you up or down to level 4 or level 5. This is vicarious fitness, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It's fantastic, and it's outside as well, which is really nice. So you're outside in the fresh air, and you can do it with friends as well, which is really nice.
And if you do start off with a bit of a porch,
it's going to go away very quickly.
But also the wetsuit holds it in for a while.
It does. Yeah.
So we're on the board. How do we get started? Come on, how much would it cost for a basic windsurfing lesson? We don't want to buy the stuff yet. We don't want to be the guy that's got all the gear and no idea. We want to literally dip our toe into the water.
Yeah, and that's really great because all of our training centres provide all the kits. So you really don't need to buy anything. If you go to an RA training centre, you'll get a wetsuit, all the kits so you can get straight on the water. You can probably do a taster session, which is about an hour and a half, 2 hours long, and you'll pay about £15 to £20 upwards for that. Or you can do an actual course, which lasts about 2 days, and that's anything from about £150. So it's not that expensive, really, to try this sport and to see whether you like it or not.
Now, Amanda, I must confess, I have done it once before for about 45 minutes in Sardinia in the mid-90s. Now, the thing is, I did master standing on the board and going along, but I couldn't turn. So I went about 4 or 5 miles towards Africa.
That's not such a good idea.
That does happen, though, doesn't it?
It does happen if you're in the wrong situation, but that's one of the first things someone will teach you. So if you get some instruction, that's why it's always good to go and get some proper instruction and not have your friends teach you or just to hire a kit. They teach you to turn around straight away so you can go back to where you came from.
Yeah, that's what it is,
floating out.
They say never go back. Not in windsurfing. That's exactly what you want to do. Listen, thanks so much for joining us, Amanda.
Pardon?
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much for having us.
You sound like a very chill lady. Thank you. Amanda Van Santen there. 6 foot and full of windsurfing. What could possibly be wrong with that? How many blokes are Googling Amanda Van Santen now? I know you are. I just know you are. We're not. Oh, no, we're not.